Hello everyone, this is Forrest Price with your Monday Moments. Before I even start, I'd like to thank everyone for wishing my mother's well. She had, her cancer came back and she had cancer surgery last Friday. A success. She was brought home the same day. She is at home resting. She is taking calls, but she hasn't left the house since. So, she's doing well. So, God is good all the time. All right. Now, for our topic for today. The topic for today is how to be taken seriously. And I was kind of searching for a topic this week. And then I got into a conversation over my my NFL fantasy draft is this weekend. And a trivial question was asking me about should something be bought or not. And I was told that I was being too serious. I didn't respond to that. I went back to the topic. And then they brought it up again. And then I had to say, I take pride in taking things seriously. And I think everyone should. And people should want to be taken seriously. So, there are people who aren't taken seriously. They're disrespected. They've been looked down on. And I'm sure they're searching for ways on how to be taken more seriously. Either in a conversation, or on the job, or in school, or in a classroom, or even in a relationship. So, here are some ways to be taken more seriously. Always be informed. I mean, speak in a way that lets people know you know what you're talking about. And have something to say so others will want to listen to you. That's key. You know, if you know what you're talking about, you can talk to anybody. You can talk to anybody about anything. Because most people are going to be surprised you know what you're talking about. So they're going to be in awe and they're going to want to listen. Next thing, you need to add value when you do talk. You know, make it a point to speak only when you can add value. You know, don't just butt in just to be butting in because you want to get your 2 cents in. So, add some value and you will be taken seriously. Be truthful and genuine. The surest way to be taken seriously is when they know that what you're saying is probably true. Even if they don't know it. If you say it in a manner to be taken seriously, you will be. And more likely they will believe you and probably pass it on. Keep your word, which is very big with me. If you want to be taken seriously, simply keep your word. Never make a promise that 100%, you can't say 100% of the time you can fulfill. So, you know, I know people like to say stuff and if it gets inconvenient, they don't do it. Dude, if you say something and you can do it, even at an inconvenience, maybe even at a financial loss, you do it to keep your word and you will be taken seriously. You say you're going to do something, do it. Alright, be clear and concise. The things you say and the way you say them makes you be taken seriously. So, stop with the muttering and the uhs and all the other stuff when you talk. Be clear, know what you're talking about, and you will be taken seriously. Stand for success. How you show your presence is important. When you take yourself seriously, so will others. So, stand in a posture where you look in a manner where, oh wow, he looks like a serious person. Like a couple months ago, I came to the church, had my briefcase on. Everyone just assumed I was the pastor because I portrayed myself in a certain way, even though I was not. So the way you dress, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself is very important, and you will be taken seriously if you do that in a certain way. Be relatable. Tell stories that make you relatable to others. Make them want you to talk. Tell stories. You don't have to be just amusing, but if your story has meaning, if what you're saying keeps their attention, you will be taken seriously. Dress well. Make an effort to dress for success you want. Let your clothes send a message. You are taking yourself seriously. When you dress well, people think well of you, which is very true. You dress like a slob, that's how they're going to treat you. Sometimes even I will dress how I feel. So if I feel like, you know what, that's how I'm going to look, that's how I'm going to dress, and I don't care. And everyone around you is going to know that, and no one's going to take you seriously. When you dress up, you don't have to be in a shirt and tie. You can be casual. But if you're dressed appropriately casually, people will take you seriously. All right, be mindful of your tone. Our tone tells the truth. Even when our words don't. Even when we're unaware of that truth ourselves. Always keep an ear of your tone because that's what others respond to. So even that is true. If every other word out of your mouth is a curse word, you will not be taken seriously. Actually, you will be taken as a threat. If your tone is soft and weak, that is how they're going to portray you. I know some people naturally have a soft voice, but I've known some very serious people who have soft voices, and people snap to attention when they start to talk. It's still about your tone. If you come across loud and unaware of what you're doing, that is how people will treat you. So have your tone intact, and people will take you seriously. Draw people out. Instead of talking about yourself to persuade people to take you seriously, become a great listener. Let others do the talking. Encourage them to speak about themselves and truly listen, and you'll quickly build trust and respect and a reputation of being a great conversationalist. That is one of the keys I've always used. Because people like to talk about themselves. People like to prop themselves up. The key way to get in with them is allow them to. Don't let it always be about you. Put your ego to the side to accomplish what you really want to do. If you want to be taken seriously, let them talk, and they'll want to talk to you again. Especially someone who's in higher up, someone you're trying to get in their respect. If they know you actually care about what they're talking about, they're going to keep talking to you. So that is very key. All right, next one. We're almost done. Be respectful. Treating others the way you want to be treated is a surefire way to be taken seriously. When you show respect, you get respect. You don't always have to share the same opinions, but you can always choose to be respectful. That means not calling people out of their names or talking down to them, or there's a way, even the conversation I said earlier about me being too serious. It could have easily been just said, you know what? I think you're kind of being too seriously. That's allowing me to say, that is just his opinion. When someone comes out and say, you know what, you're too serious, You're making a bold statement that everyone thinks you're serious. Not a simple opinion that you might be. You're saying you are. So be careful how you talk to people. Be respectful. Don't just assume that because that's how you feel, that everyone else feels the same way. Always, 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 always be on time. Being on time tells others that you know the value of time. Arriving late, on the other hand, says you hold yourself in a higher regard than the people you've kept waiting. If you're chronically late, you're probably thought to be chronically rude. Anybody who knows me knows that's my number one pet peeve. I think that's enough said. If you want to be taken seriously, you need to be on time. Whatever the time that is, be early. Because if you're late, that's telling me that you don't care about my time. That your time is more important. So, you're telling me I'm not important enough to be on time. And that can be on anything. Work, relationship. If your girl or your dude is constantly late, that tells me that they don't care enough about you to be on time. Because if you really cared and wanted to spend that time with me, you would do whatever you could to be on time. Or you darn well would be calling every blah, blah, blah with an update and a reason why you're late. All right, lastly, and the most important thing, and the most important thing I could have said on everything I said today, be confident. Self-assurance has a wonderful way of making a great impression. And that's another thing I tell everyone. Be confident. When you're confident, you can talk to anybody, even if you're talking to, let's say, a higher class of people or a higher educated person, you can still be in that conversation with confidence. Even if you don't really know that subject. If you come across with confidence, they're going to take you seriously. If you try to step to a girl or a male with confidence, even if you get rejected, they'll still respect you. Don't say anything crazy or nothing afterward. Be polite and be on your way and say next. So, those are the steps to be taken seriously, and I hope people will listen and take heed to some of it. All right, Bible verses. Hebrews 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. Psalms 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And finally, John 14:6. Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. All right, everyone, I'm done for my Monday Moments. Again, go to YouTube and subscribe under Force Price Monday Moments. See all my old videos, and you check me out on Instagram, rprice4409. All right, have a great evening and a great week. See y'all next week.